During the height of World War II, intelligence was as vital as artillery. And no general understood the stakes of enemy espionage better than George S. Patton. His reputation as a bold, sometimes brutal leader was well earned, but it wasn't just his combat tactics that set him apart. It was his unwavering insistence on discipline, accountability, and the protection of sensitive information. When Patton discovered that a German spy had managed to infiltrate U.S. military operations, he immediately recognized the gravity of the situation. This wasn't just a minor breach. The spy had access to highly sensitive plans and operational details that, if passed to the Nazis, could have led to catastrophic consequences for Allied forces. The realization hit hard. The success of entire missions, perhaps even the lives of thousands of soldiers, could be compromised by this single breach. Patton approached the situation with the same combination of meticulous attention to detail and aggressive decisiveness that characterized his battlefield strategy. He didn't allow paranoia to slow him down, but neither did he underestimate the spy's potential. Intelligence reports, intercepted communications, and subtle inconsistencies in personnel behavior all pointed to a carefully hidden mole operating within U.S. ranks. Rather than relying on standard procedures or waiting for months of formal investigations, Patton moved quickly. He understood that in the world of espionage, hesitation could be fatal. A delay of even a few days might have allowed the spy to transmit critical information back to Berlin, jeopardizing operations that were already on a knife's edge. Patton's first step was to gather evidence. Using trusted officers and military intelligence teams, he began piecing together a profile of the suspect, scrutinizing movements, communications, and any anomalies in reports. The spy had been clever, blending into routine operations and maintaining a facade of loyalty. But Patton's keen observation quickly detected the cracks in that facade. Every intercepted message, every slip in behavior, every unexplained movement was logged and analyzed. Patton's approach was almost surgical. He treated espionage like a battlefield, mapping the enemy's positions, anticipating their next moves, and preparing to strike before they could react. Unlike some commanders who might have deferred to formal channels, Patton combined his instincts with hard evidence, creating a strategy that was both precise and ruthless. When the time came to confront the spy, Patton acted decisively. The arrest was executed swiftly, leaving no room for escape, confusion, or delay. But what made Patton's response truly notable wasn't just the capture. It was the way he handled the aftermath. Instead of allowing bureaucracy or political concerns to dictate the process, he ensured that the spy was neutralized as a threat immediately. Interrogations were thorough, direct, and relentless. Patton personally oversaw aspects of the investigation, understanding that first-hand knowledge of the spy's methods and contacts was crucial to preventing further breaches. He demanded full transparency, pressing for every detail about how the intelligence had been stolen, who might have been compromised, and how the spy communicated with German command. Patton's approach was undeniably harsh, but it reflected the reality of the stakes. In wartime, a single lapse in security could cost lives, derail operations, and alter the course of entire campaigns. By acting with swift, uncompromising authority, Patton not only neutralized the immediate threat but also sent a powerful message across his ranks. Espionage would not be tolerated, and breaches of security would be met with decisive action. The lesson was clear. Loyalty, vigilance, and initiative were paramount, and those who betrayed the trust of the army would face consequences as severe as the danger they posed. What sets this episode apart in Patton's legacy is the combination of strategic thinking and psychological impact. By identifying and eliminating the spy quickly, he protected critical operations and maintained the integrity of the U.S. military's command structure. At the same time, the decisive response reinforced discipline and focus among his officers and soldiers, demonstrating that breaches of trust had tangible consequences. The spy, who may have once operated with confidence and secrecy, became an example of the futility of trying to outsmart a commander like Patton. Intelligence officers, soldiers, and even rival generals understood that Patton's vigilance extended far beyond the battlefield, encompassing every corner of operations where secrets could be compromised. Even more than the tactical or strategic value, there was a human element to Patton's handling of the situation. He recognized that lives were on the line, not just of the soldiers fighting on the front, but of countless others whose fates depended on secure planning and communication. Each mission that relied on accurate intelligence could have ended in disaster if the spies' actions went unchecked. Patton's swift and brutal response was not motivated by vengeance. It was motivated by necessity. In his mind, decisiveness was a form of protection, a way to ensure that soldiers could advance into battle with the confidence that their plans would remain intact and their lives safeguarded. In the broader context of World War II, this incident underscores Patton's unique combination of courage, intelligence, and ruthlessness. He was a man who could command a massive army across enemy territory, but he could also detect a single individual undermining the war effort and act immediately to neutralize that threat. This duality, strategic genius paired with uncompromising attention to detail, made him one of the most formidable military leaders of his era. The capture and elimination of the spy demonstrated that Patton's battlefield extended beyond tanks, artillery, and infantry. His battlefield included intelligence, deception, and the very flow of information that could determine victory or defeat. Ultimately, Patton's handling of the spy serves as a dramatic reminder of the high stakes of wartime leadership. His decisiveness preserved not only military secrets but potentially thousands of lives, reinforced discipline and vigilance, and sent a clear message about the consequences of betrayal. By combining methodical investigation, quick action, and unflinching authority, Patton turned what could have been a catastrophic intelligence breach into a demonstration of control and power. It was a moment that showcased the full spectrum of his leadership: intelligent, relentless, and, when necessary, brutal. And it left a lasting mark on the conduct of U.S. military operations during one of history's most critical conflicts.